Welcome back to Just Between Us by the Chocolate Drop. Today we're talking about green flags. So many people talk about red flags and what to look out for. But what about the green ones? What are some good things that we can look for in a relationship? Because sometimes we think we know what we want, but then when we get it, we realize, maybe that ain't it.
Mhm.
So, what's a green flag that you recognize now that you probably wouldn't have appreciated when you were younger?
Okay, so let me start with this one. When I was younger, because I got married young, like in my early 20s, I was all into like, oh, I want someone that's spontaneous and like goes with the flow, free spirited, like, let's just jump up and go. But now that I'm like older, I really appreciate a guy that's a planner, that's organized. Like, to me, I'm like, yes, I eat that up. Like, that is like my thing. Like, I want you to plan out dates. I want to have a schedule. I want you to like put your things away and be organized. Yeah. So, like, that is a green flag that I appreciate that I probably wouldn't have really thought about when I was younger. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
What about you,
Yeah, that's a
Keish?
good one.
Yeah.
I gotta think about it some more. You go ahead while I think.
I feel like I gotta think about it some more too, but like we were kind of chit chatting before the show earlier, I kind of appreciate being home. Whereas before, like I felt like I wanted somebody who was like, "Well, let's go dancing, let's go
Mm-hmm.
here, let's go there," and half the time, like, what time is gonna be? What time we gonna be back home? Like, I'm ready to get to bed. So, like, a good night is a good Lifetime movie and a snack, and we cuddling. Like I'm all for it. That's living good. That's living large for
Y'all
me.
old.
I
I
am.
like that must be like an
Um,
after 35 thing where you just
I
like,
sure
because
am.
I feel you. Like, I'm the same way. And like, even now, my husband always wants to like go out and do things. I'm like, by the time we pack everything for the baby, leave the house, get this. Like, I'm already tired before we left the door. And I'm like,
Yeah.
sometimes I just want to be at home and I just want to like watch a movie and chill. But he always
Yep.
wants like, let's go to the park, let's do this, let's go there. I'm like, I'm tired. I don't want to go anywhere.
I can
Mhm.
appreciate him. Like and on some level, I can appreciate like him trying to like do things, but that probably will get on my nerves too because I'm like, I just at this point, I just want to be
But
home.
it's like every
And
day. Like,
yeah,
which I don't mind. Like, okay, like on the weekends or like maybe 2, 3 days. Some days I just want to be home and I just want to
yeah,
like do nothing and like
Mhm.
yeah.
just chill.
Yeah, so
Okay,
I'm glad
so
right now my husband's at a spot where he could be like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, that sounds good. Let's just order in or watch some movie and be good." Because I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I want."
so I would say like if I was dating right now, some green flags, like I think that for younger ones that are dating in their early 20s, right? Like don't they like bad boys? Didn't we like bad boys back then?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Right? So we like the bad boys. We don't like the nerds. We don't like the guys that just seem like they got it all the way
Responsible.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why is that?
Like really
So that
into you.
Yeah.
right, that
Exactly.
one.
Like, oh, they're into me too much.
What?
Yes.
Well,
Right.
I'm like, what is
So
wrong
I
with us?
yeah,
And when we're in our 20s.
uh-huh.
yeah.
So
Like
I
you
would say
want
that's a
that
green
now.
flag. Like you want a guy that likes you more than you like him, for sure.
Mhm.
Like when we were
Mhm.
younger, I think we might have chosen the guys that didn't, and then may not have worked out the best way. But I think that like as I got older, I remember I was my husband now when I was dating him, he liked me way more than I liked him. And I remember one of my friends saying, "That's what you want. You want the guy to like you more." So that's
Yeah.
definitely a flag. And the other green flag I was thinking about was one, a good guy, nerd, likes you more than you like him, but also a guy who is emotionally intelligent.
Mhm. And a good
So you
communicator. Yes.
Yeah.
yes, you want him to communicate, you want him to tell you how he feels, you might want to see him cry at least one or two times before you marry him. Because if nothing is moving him to tears, maybe back then that wouldn't have been a red flag in your early 20s because you think he's a macho man. But I'm telling you, that's a green flag. You should see him cry
Right.
at least once or twice.
I have seen my husband cry a few times, and it's actually like made him more human.
Something about vulnerability is really
Yeah.
attractive, you know? But I,
Mhm.
like you said, Keisha, when you're in your 20s, you don't really appreciate that. Like, you're like, oh, I want this macho, like, whatever. But, like, having
Yeah.
someone that's
Mhm.
emotionally intelligent, that you're emotionally connected to, that can understand you, that can validate your feelings, make you feel seen, is important. And I think, like, that's something you maybe, as you get older, you maybe appreciate that even more. But yeah, it's definitely a green flag having someone that you can connect with on an emotional level and talk to without it becoming an
So
argument.
right. So what would matter more long term? Would it be chemistry and or yeah, chemistry and excitement, or like the consistency and emotional safety? So on one hand, you got chemistry and excitement. Ooh, you got the butterflies, the heart racing, and then, or long term, would you rather just have like just consistency, emotional safety? Because I got to tell you, I would want consistency and emotional safety, especially as you get older. And I think a lot of people, when they enter in a relationship, they're thinking about the heart races and the butterflies and how it makes you feel. But that's not really sustainable. That's not something that's going to stay forever.
It fades over time, you know, that
Hmm.
initial, like, I wouldn't say the chemistry fades, but I feel like the, like, the lustful butterfly, like, type feelings, like,
Yeah.
very, like, intense passion that you have, where, like,
Hmm.
you can't, you want to, all that, like, over time, I think, no matter who you are, that kind of, like, fades away as you deal with,
You're
like,
going to say,
life
can't
and
keep your hands off each
challenges.
other.
Right, exactly. And so I think, like, what I kind of mentioned earlier, having that emotional safety, that safe space to be able to talk and, like, maneuver and navigate life's challenges is what, like, is sustainable.
Yeah.
Having someone, that got your back. Like, if you
Hmm.
get sick or you're having a bad day, like, you can go to them and they will support you and hold you up. Like, to me, that is what, like, is important more than, like, oh, let's take each other's clothes off. Let's have a
Yeah.
conversation and connect.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what about you, Keisha? Which one is like for you long term? What would you rather have?
Yeah, definitely the same as well, obviously, because
Hmm.
I think in a marriage too, like you're going to go through moments where you still have butterflies with your husband at different times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the initial dating, when you're first dating before you get married, you have like that excitement, the butterflies, but you also need to have the other aspect of as well for it to be stable, to have the stability and for the marriage to last. And so I think in a marriage, it can go up and down. You can have really good times and that person will give you butterflies again. And then you can have low times where maybe you don't like him so much. Or you don't, so I think, and I've heard people that are in marriages for 20, 30, 40, 50 years say that, like, you can actually fall in and out of love in your marriage, because it's work and you have to keep working at loving each other every day. It's a choice. And and so I think it's definitely something that you can have again in one day. Like I remember my mother-in-law saying that like her husband gave her butterflies during their 20-year anniversary after they had like a very low period of time when
Mm.
like her daughter died and that was dark, and then they started dating again, and like she said that it felt like they had reconnected. So
Yeah.
I think that in marriages you can have those moments again where you can have the butterflies and excitement.
That's true. So do you
Mhm.
think that there's like a green flag out there that's overlooked or underrated to where maybe you don't really appreciate it until later on? I know you mentioned before like being organized and clean and neat, but like a green flag that maybe people just kind of underrate. Hmm.
That's a good one. I
Gotta think
mean,
about it.
I know. The first thing that came to my mind was like honesty and trust, but I don't know if that's something that people underrate because I feel like that's something that
Mm-mm.
most people want. So, like, thinking of something that's like underrated, I don't know. That's a tough one.
I think for me, being okay being boring. So a lot of people want to like be exciting all the time, but sometimes that excitement gets or brings trouble. You know, where you're always going out or you're always doing something, or maybe you're always drinking and the drinking is what's fun, or the going out is what's fun. But like, are you okay being bored and still be with each other? Cause like for me, like now I want to be a little boring. Like sometimes, like the highlight could be us just walking around a store, looking at things. We're not even buying anything, but just that we're together and just spending time, but not really doing a whole lot of anything.
So just like having calm, small moments together.
Calmness, yes,
Yeah.
calmness.
Well, that
So
probably is
underrated.
important because in my previous marriage, I used to be bored just hanging out with him. And I used to always want to hang out with like other couples and other people. But in this marriage, I noticed that like I really enjoy just hanging out with him. And like actually, I
Mhm.
don't care to hang out with other couples or other people because I really enjoy our time together. So
Right.
if you find that you do need to be hanging out a lot with other couples or other people, then that might maybe mean that you don't enjoy your time with just your husband or wife. I don't know. Maybe
Right.
not, but that's just my experience.
So that could be a green flag that's underrated. Just genuinely enjoy spending time with each other, maybe. Is that what you're saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
having
Yeah.
the
Yeah, like
same interests and hobbies? Because I feel like sometimes people say, oh, opposites attract, but they never really focus on maybe like having shared interests and shared hobbies that you enjoy doing together instead of like always
Mm-hmm.
focusing on being opposite. Sometimes being similar can be good too.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely.
And one thing I noticed about a lot of people that are in their second marriage is that their first marriage, they were with someone that was completely opposite of them and it didn't work out. And then the second marriage, when you're older, wiser, you end up marrying someone that's a little more similar to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my experience. Although, like, my husband and I are really similar, but we're also very different in different ways. But, like, the main core stuff we're very similar about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could dig what you're putting down. I can dig it. So maybe healthy relationships aren't always about finding someone who gives you butterflies. Sometimes the biggest green flags are the quiet things, the consistency, the respect, the honesty, accountability. Yes. And how someone treats you when things aren't so perfect. So let's hear from you. We already know what green flags a lot of people put down, but what are some of your green flags? What are some of the ones that say, yes, that's what I want in a man or a woman? So until then, this is just between us, and we're the Chocolate Drops. Bye.
Bye.